Hello, friends. It's actually Tuesday, and I am popping on a little bit late this week for our Soulful Monday. But I wanted to let this message, I would say, kind of percolate and marinate. And so giving it another day was always helpful. It's always good to listen to spirit and listen to yourself. And today we're talking about why haven't you achieved your goals yet? Because believe it or not, folks, February is almost over and we are entering the last month of the first quarter of 2020. So now's a good time to be checking in on all things goals and all things like measurement. So for those of you that are new to me, hello, my name is Brooke-Sidney. I am a spiritual wellness coach and a soul story strategist, and I help people love themselves and the lives they're presently living. I do this in two key ways. I'm all about spiritual wellness and spiritual wholeness, and then sharing that story. So first, I help women predominantly and single mamas especially, really with dropping any old news, old baggage, anything that they're carrying, so that they can live a more free life, so that they can have power, presence, both with themselves and with God, peace, prosperity, and more, right? Like that is the goal. And for those souls that already know, hey, I have gone through something amazing. I've gone through and transformed something that could have stopped me from living my greatness. And for those people that they hear kind of that God nudge to write the book, I am the soul story coach. I help people share their stories of transformation and personal triumph to help heal others as a ghostwriter, author, coach, editor, and publishing consultant. So, and I've got some new stuff that's cooking up at this moment. I'm getting ready to offer 5 ways or 5 mindset blocks really that's keeping you stuck in writing that book. Stay tuned for the masterclass on that. But today I really wanted to talk about very quickly, why haven't you achieved your goals yet? Why haven't you achieved your goals yet? To kind of recap, last week I was really talking about the power of our words, both to ourselves and others, in a teaching or a talk called Word is Bond, like our word is bond. And I mentioned in that talk how important it is for us to be truthful in our words, and have those words manifest the right and aligned action so that we can have like God's best for our lives, so that we can be living in our highest and most aligned state. So we're just going to kind of continue on from that, because I know, as I mentioned in the beginning, the first quarter of 2020 only has one more month left. So now is the perfect time to course correct. I definitely have clients who are like realizing now, they're like, oh my goodness, here are the things, here are the goals I want to do for 2020, or else they're finalizing them. So it's a really good time to kind of take it back to the baseline, right? And as I mentioned, last week, this world was created, right, by words, by words that then became things, right, by God. He actually spoke everything first. So we know that there's a power in what we say, as we hear all the time. There is power, there's life and death in your mouth and in your tongue. So we want to make sure that when we are building our lives and setting our goals, that we are recognizing this most powerful fact, right? And I believe, and I think that's consistent through, I feel like almost any spiritual tradition, that life is created with our thoughts, words, and our actions. It actually, it supersedes spirituality. It just is basically a fact. Like everything that's on the planet right now was first a thought, and then someone had to put that thought to words and then take the necessary actions. So I'm going to assume today, we're all going to assume today, that the reason why you haven't achieved your goals is not because you're lazy. We're gonna go with that one. We're gonna say that we know that you're not lazy, that you are setting goals, and that you are doing your best in your daily habits, right? In your daily habits at your best to achieve them. So you're developing the habits and you're moving forward with those action steps, right? So you're probably thinking, well, if I'm not lazy and I'm doing habits, and I am, maybe setting up routines and practices, and I'm taking the action. So theoretically, I'm working the faith plus works action part of it. Like, I'm doing all the things. Then how could she say I'm not achieving my goals? Like, what is left? What is left? What is left? And I want to tell you that the main thing that's left, and usually the number one reason stopping you, is your mindset. And ultimately, that is how you think about yourself and the world around you. Your mindset are thoughts that you are essentially, they're your beliefs. They're essentially the things that you keep thinking like over and over and over again. And all of us have them, like every single person. And the most successful people, right? The most successful people at knocking out the goals, hitting the marks, being achievement oriented and then actually doing the darn thing, are the people that have the most positive or productive mindsets. And those people are usually the ones that have examined their mindset. So what I'm on here to tell you today is that the reason why you haven't achieved your goals is likely not that you're not taking any steps, or that you're lazy and not doing in the work. Or I'm going to give you credit for actually setting goals, even though that's usually a reason why people aren't meeting goals, is they're not setting them. I'm going to say that if you've done all of those things, right, if you have met those parts of the equation, there's still one thing that's likely keeping you stuck, and that is your mindset. There is something about what you keep thinking. There's something about your beliefs that are preventing you from reaching the goal, making the mark, and then taking the aligned steps. Because I'm sure, as you can imagine, I think what's the saying? Whether you're right, whether you believe you can win or not, it's your belief that matters. I'm totally messing up that saying, but it's like whatever you believe about yourself is right. That's ultimately what the saying is about, and what I'm trying to impress here. So whatever you believe about that particular goal, whether it's saving money, getting out of debt, getting that new job, having that relationship, improving the relationship you have, whatever you believe is possible becomes true for you. And that's why it's so important that at the ground level of setting any goals, that we are considering what we think about them, right? We are considering what is actually our mindset. And does our mindset need renewing? Do we need to renew our minds? Do we need to have a new way of thinking about it? Do we need to course correct first up here, right? Do we need to call on God to help us get a new thought about an area of our life that we know we want to improve? So today I wanted to give you a couple of key questions that you can take with you as you start thinking about the goals that you set for this quarter, as well as for the year. And I want to remind you that I have an amazing product. It is the 2020 Next Level Reflection Assessment and Goal Setting Package. It is literally a workbook that walks you through your kind of 2019, reflecting a little bit on the past so that you can assess it. And then from that point, do the visioning and goal setting and intention setting process to make sure that you are setting the right goals. Because here's the thing, without examining and reflecting on the past, you have no idea truly what your mindset is, right? And if you do the work of reflecting on the past, or even the goals that aren't even working right now presently, that's where you can start to become aware of, maybe there's something that I don't believe that is preventing me from reaching this goal. So the first thing that I would invite you to ask yourself, right, is, what do I believe? So whatever goal that you feel like is not moving at the pace that you want, or you're not gaining traction on it, or it's a long-standing goal, I'm inviting you to ask yourself today, what do I believe? What do I believe about that goal? Do I believe that I can achieve it? Do I believe that it's hard? Do I believe that I never win in this area? Do I believe that something always stops me? Do I believe that life just sucks? Like, whatever it is, it's time to examine that belief. We can do that mentally, like we can ask ourselves over and over again, or we can do, this is kind of a bonus tip, we can definitely ask God. We can do that in prayer and we can do that in meditation to ask God to bring to light, what do I believe about this goal that I'm trying to achieve? What is it in fact? What is my mindset about it? And ask how it can change. Like go to the ultimate knower. Go to the person who made you. Ask, what do I believe about this thing, about this goal, about this area of my life, about why I haven't made the progress that I want? Okay, so that's the first thing to ask. And then the second thing, and I feel like this is the action step, is what am I going to choose to believe? What am I going to choose to believe? So say for an example that you think that, let's pick a good one. Let's say that you believe that you will never get out of debt. Let's try that one. So you have a debt goal that I want to pay off for the first year. Let's say I want to pay back $1,000 off my credit card. Okay, I'm just making it pretty simple, but for some reason, not only is your credit card not going down, your credit card is going up. And this is kind of some of the work that I do with my clients. So when we start digging into their beliefs, we start finding out that they don't really believe that they're good with money, or they don't really believe that they can pay off debt. Or there might be some like shame or guilt around debt and money and not having money, or believing that they're never good with money. So what we're going to do, step 2, is what am I going to choose to believe? And it's essentially reframing those thoughts. It's creating what I call a miracle mindset. So then it'd be something like, I am debt-free. I make extra payments on my account. Money comes to me. I am very good with money. I am choosing to believe that my debt will be paid off. A lot of times, even if it's like not an I am, meaning presence, it's like a present, like tense word. So you might want to say like, I am going to pay off, right? I am in the process of paying off. So if the first one, like I am debt free, just sounds way too like far-fetched for you, just try like the next logical step. I am making great payments. I am paying over and above my minimum payment. I have unexpected money that comes in. I am going to have a great financial plan. I am a financial planner. I'm a great financial planner. I have more money coming in than going out. Whatever it is, right? I think you're starting to understand what I'm saying. You're changing what you are believing about that goal, about that thing, or about yourself. And so I really feel like the magical question is, what am I going to choose to believe? After you've discovered what you do believe, what your mindset is around a particular thing that's not moving, that feels intractable, then develop new statements. What would be the exact opposite? What would be the most positive thing? What would be the most loving thing that you could say to yourself? What do you think God is saying to you about you in this area in the most loving way possible? This is not a convicting exercise. This is not something that you should be walking away feeling bad about yourself. In the end, you should actually be feeling uplifted by having a new way that you're now choosing to see yourself and believe about yourself, especially as it pertains to that particular goal that you want to move, right? That goal that you want to like see go off the charts. So that's all today. I just wanted to really get on quickly because I'm definitely seeing clients and people that are using the next level reflection, assessment, and goal setting workbook and prayer. It comes with a bonus prayer and meditation to actually help get you into the groove and get you into the mindset and energy of doing this type of work. I've seen them get results. I've seen them have really great success with it. And I really want to make sure that we're not entering the last month of the first quarter and have no idea how we're going to get to the goals that we set. So whenever we're seeing that our physical actions are not working, the things that we are doing, it's time to start looking at our being. And our beingness is anchored in oftentimes what we believe in, who we believe in, and what we believe about ourselves. So I just wanted to hop on today. Thank you so much for all of you that have popped on and are listening in. I'm super excited for you guys to try these 2 questions, to answer them for yourself, and to make changes in the areas that you'd like to see changes in the most, right? Because ultimately, it always matters. It only matters what you want to see change. And yeah, the biggest compliment, the greatest thing that you could do is not only like this post, but love it. Drop me a comment below. Definitely pick up the Next Level workbook package, and share this out. Share this out to someone that you know needs encouragement in setting new goals and examining their mindset. I will talk to you soon. Have a blessed and amazing Tuesday.